You feel lonely, yeah? I know. I've been there. But here's the truth that no one tells you. Being lonely doesn't mean you're broken. In fact, it might just be your superpower in disguise. In this video, I'm gonna break down the struggles and the advantages of being lonely and how to flip it from a weakness to your greatest strength. You know, everyone talks about relationships, social life, and community. All the good things, right? But what about when you're alone? When it's just you, your thoughts, and silence. Just you. Alone. That's when you find out who you are. That's when the real transformation happens. Let's unpack the real raw side of loneliness and how it can shape you into someone more powerful. Especially if you're aiming to achieve something big like preparing for the IELTS, moving abroad, or chasing a long-term dream. Mastering your mindset during these lonely seasons can be your secret weapon. Number 1, the pain is real. Let's not sugarcoat this. Loneliness does hurt. Let's agree on this. It's heavy, it's tough, it's difficult. It makes you question your worth, your direction, your past choices. You start thinking, man, what's wrong with me? Why am I alone? No one likes me? And that feeling, trust me, is brutal, I know. But pain is a signal. It's not here to destroy you. It's here to wake you up. That deep discomfort is showing you something valuable. What is it? The areas of your life that need attention, healing, or growth. When you're truly alone, every thought feels louder, and every doubt in your head feels sharper. But in these moments, trust me, you'll begin to realize that you do not really need validation from people to be valuable. You don't need company to feel like you belong. That pain that you experience is going to force you to slow down. It's going to force you to stop running away, escaping from reality, yeah? And it's gonna force you to finally face the parts of yourself that you've been avoiding. And that's where transformation begins. When preparing for something as intense as the IELTS exam, this emotional clarity can drive deeper focus and mental resilience. Because without this focus, without this concentration, you're not going to be able to decide what you are going to do in your life. So use these periods wisely. Number 2, distraction is not the cure. You know, when people feel lonely, most of them run to noise. They would try to distract themselves through social media, parties, calling friends, anything just to fill that silence. But in my opinion, distraction is not the solution. It's just a short-term fix. It's like putting a band-aid on a broken bone. It's not gonna fix it. That's not the solution. So what is the real fix? The real fix is not to distract yourself. The real fix is to learn to sit with yourself, to face the silence and actually listen to what your heart is saying. Listen to your thoughts in your head. That's not weakness. That's power, trust me. Most people are terrified of silence. You know why? Because it reveals the truth. The truth about what they really want, who they really are, and what they are afraid of. Distraction can keep you busy for a while, but it's not gonna give you the peace long term. It won't help you grow. Mastering silence teaches you how to think clearly, how to hear your own intuition, and how to process your emotions in a healthy way. The moment you stop filling your life with noise and distractions is the moment you start living on purpose. You're gonna know what the purpose of your life is. And that purpose often becomes clearer and clearer and clearer. When you're working towards big goals like, for example, mastering English or preparing to move abroad or preparing a master's degree, for example. So my advice to you is, do not rely on distraction. Learn to sit with yourself. Be your own friend. Number 3, loneliness builds focus. No one is calling you, no texts blowing up your phone, no one is knocking on your door. Guess what? That's not a curse. Trust me, it's not a very bad thing. It's a gift. That's focus. As they say in English, it's a blessing in disguise. That's an uninterrupted time to work on yourself, your goal, your skills. There's no distractions, no drama, just pure grind time. Some of the best growth happens when no one is watching, because that's when you're doing it for real, not for validation from other people, not for likes on Instagram, but for your future, for yourself. Use that isolation, use that loneliness, and turn it into obsession. Focus is the foundation of greatness, trust me. That's how champions are built. Think about it. Every top performer in any field has gone through seasons of intense isolation. And watch the videos on YouTube. Trust me. Loneliness forces you to cut the fluff and hone in on what actually matters. It trains your mind to stay locked in when others are being distracted. And that's a superpower. And if you're chasing a goal, like a high IELTS band score, this kind of focus is what separates success from stagnation. Or as they say in English, that what separates the sheep from the goats. Number 4, self-talk shapes your future. When you're alone, the loudest voice you can hear is your own voice. And this voice is either building you up or tearing you down. If you're beating yourself up constantly, you stay stuck in shame and self-doubt. You're not gonna improve. You're not gonna achieve great things in your life. But if you train that voice to be your coach, not your critic, you start moving with confidence and self-esteem. You stop second guessing. You stop caring about other people. You build your inner strength. That's why I always tell my students, focus on your mindset. Focus on deciding what your goal is. Before you start studying for the IELTS or before you start working on your dream or your goal, you have to ask yourself, is this what you really want? So focus on your mindset first. That's because your inner voice is what runs the show. If it's clear, the show is gonna become entertaining. If it's not, it's gonna become boring and like a burden over your shoulder. So I want you to talk to yourself like you believe in your potential and watch how your reality changes. When you master your self-talk, you stop waiting for people to cheer you on. You're not waiting for their validation. You do not really care about them. You only care about one person, which is you. You become your own source of motivation. Honestly, no one cares about you. Let's put it this way. No one cares about you. The only person who cares about you is you. So you better care about yourself. You're gonna rewrite the script in your mind from, oh, I'm not good enough, to, I'm getting better every day. This is what you have to say to yourself. And when that shift happens in your mindset, your actions are definitely going to change. And your results, as a result, are going to change. And your life, as a result, is going to change. This is especially important for anyone facing a language barrier or preparing again for the IELTS exam. How you talk to yourself before you practice matters more than you think. So please master the art of self-talk. Know how to talk to yourself. Number 5, loneliness forces you to get real. Loneliness removes the noise and the distractions that I told you about. It strips away the fake people from your life. You're not performing for anyone. You're not waiting for their validation. You're not waiting for their opinions. You shouldn't be caring about their opinions anyway. You're not pretending. That's you. And that's when you meet your true self. It makes you face the truth. Who you are, who you want, what needs to change. It exposes your fears and also your excuses. And if you're honest with yourself, because obviously you have to be honest with yourself when you're sitting by yourself, with yourself, that's the most valuable moment you can have. Because from that place of honesty, you can rebuild yourself. You can choose differently. You can take proper decisions. You can ask yourself and talk to yourself honestly in a way that no one can talk to you in. Because most people avoid that confrontation. They surround themselves with noise and distraction, so they feel like they do not really have to face what's holding them back. Because you're sitting with yourself, you get real and you get honest. And that honesty is rare. See, to be honest. It's special. It's powerful. It's the beginning of something new. You have to be honest with yourself. You're going to start to strip away the lies you've told yourself. You're going to begin to see your potential clearly. You will no longer accept being average. Because if you have that fire inside you, this means you're not average. You are average if you have no fire inside you. If you have that fire that tells you you're something different, you're something special, obviously you shouldn't be accepting having that fire without doing something about it. So you're not going to accept being average. You have to be special because you are special. You're going to set new standard. And that shift, that's how you become unstoppable. No one is going to stop you. Whether it's pushing through speaking fees or creating a long-term vision for your life, this kind of truth-telling, this is what fuels your real results. So loneliness is what is going to drive your results. So use it wisely. So to summarize, loneliness isn't easy, but it can be a gift. It hurts, yes, but it can also build focus, clarity, and self-mastery. It reveals your truth and rewires your brain. It makes you stronger, wiser, and more grounded. And if you're working towards your goals, like passing the IELTS exam or building a better future for yourself in general, loneliness can be the weapon that sharpens your discipline and unlocks your potential. So do not run away from it, use it. Build from it, because when you come out on the other side, you'll be much stronger, much smarter, and more unstoppable than ever. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button and let me know in the comments. What's one thing that you've learned from being alone? I'm curious to know. And obviously, do not forget to subscribe, which helps me keep creating similar content that helps you grow and get inspired. I'll see you in the next video.